Hi there, it's Alana Johnson from Winnipeg Beach, Manitoba in Canada. Come at you tonight, and let me just say my son was up at 4:30 this morning, and he didn't go to bed till 8 o'clock tonight, and I am tired. But you know what? That's a nice thing about being your own boss, having your own business. I didn't have to phone anyone to say that I'm not coming in. I was too tired, blah, blah, blah. So here I am, and I'm happy to be here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And stick with me for the next 10 minutes. And I have something very important to share with you tonight that I think, I hope you'll be as excited as I am. Um, and I'm not going to tell you anything else. Tonight's topic for tip number 11, how to build your business bigger. And anyone that's just joining me, I'm a single mom with two kids, two amazing kids, and I'm doing it on my own. I never dreamt for a minute I would find a way to replace my ex-husband's income, which was a six-figure income for years. And you divorce or you separate, and it's always at the back of your mind, how am I going to make it? How am I going to, why our quality of life is going to go down? And it did. Once the support payments stopped, or went way down, it stopped. I did not have anywhere near the quality of life. But I'm happy to say that, you know what, you can do it, because I'm doing it. So click on the button below, the link below, and you can change, your desire. Because if I hadn't done that, if I hadn't clicked on the button below or the link below, it was a button, I wouldn't be where I am today. So for that, I'm eternally grateful. So single mom, that's my story, and you can do it too. But I've been doing a series. I started about 10 days ago on how to build your business bigger and better than it's been. And if you're just starting out, or you're on the fence, you're not sure if you're going to try an MLM, I say go for it. What do you have to lose? It's the one business you can meet your dreams. Find your passion and meet your dreams. And see the income disclosure at the bottom, in case I do mention income. Results aren't typical, but neither are any of us. Tonight's topic is blogging for profits, blogging for your business. And it's I've got 5 key points that I want to go over with you. And these were, it's done point form. So it's pretty easy to follow, but grab a pen, grab a paper, grab a cup of coffee, if you can drink it in 10 minutes or less. Okay. Tip number 1, find your niche. Find your target audience. And that is so important, because I've said it before. If you watched any of my videos, if you haven't, and have not just subscribed, please do, because I plan on doing 30 days of business, and we'll go on. I'll talk more about my passions and my desires to see you succeed. So as I said before, find your target audience and speak to them, and speak directly to them, because if you don't speak to a targeted audience, find a niche, you're talking to everyone and no one's listening, because they're not the people that you want to connect to. You want to really find the people that you can connect to, you can resonate with, they can resonate with you, and they understand your message and the message of what's important to you and where you're trying to bring on. So find out the who, the why, and what their needs are, and answer them. Okay, so if it's a weight loss company or a weight loss niche that you're going after, do that. Further on that. Business, concentrate on your business tips, business plans, what they can do to increase their business, because that's what people want to do ultimately. We all don't want to do that. So find these questions, answer these questions yourself to find out your targeted audience or your niche. What are you passionate about? What's you going? What are you eat, sleep, and breathe? What are you doing? Is it crafts, do-it-yourself site? What are your passions? Because that's the easiest thing to blog about, about, and you want to be viewed as an expert, in what you're doing. So that's important. What do you spend your free time doing? And that's another question to answer, because that's going to tell you what your passion is. If you don't know, I didn't know. The best thing, and the first call I was on, we have a team consistency meeting every twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturday. And the first meeting I was on it was Ed that said, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. And that's who you're talking to. And that's true. Just look in the mirror. Okay. So you want to stay laser focused. Laser focused. And by that I mean, don't bounce from topic to topic in your blogs, because that's important. You have to, your audience know what is expected or what you're going to deliver, and that's what they expect. So make sure you're delivering it and deliver content. Remember the 80-20 rule. Okay, 20% call to action. So that's very important. If you don't do that, if you don't laser focus, your audience is going to get confused and they're not going to follow you. They're not going to come back. So you want them to follow you. You want them to come back every time you're blogging to see, because your voice has to be there, and you have to show them that you have what they want to say. Oh, there's no, we live in the country. We're in a resort town, and you'd think it'd be quiet. It is a very quiet place, but you get strange noise. Sometimes strange animals too. So, okay, so you want your people to come back. You want your audience to come back to you. And express your vision in your own words. And that's so important. Okay, you want to make sure that they know that it's you talking, because if not, they're going to see right through it and you're going to lose them. Like a drop of a hat, you'll lose them. So don't copy anyone else. And that's tip number is be real. Okay, be real. Talk as you would talk normally to anyone one-on-one. Someone you met on the street, your friends, your family. Talk to them as you would talk to them. And because, as I said, they're going to see right through you, and they will, guess what? They'll unfollow you. They won't come back for more, because they're not going to, they have to know what you're talking about, and that you will really feel it, and these are your words. So let's let your shine through. Okay, so let your personality shine through. Make sure you're listening to your audience, because there's nothing worse than people can tell you when you're not listening, when you're waiting to jump in with an answer or an opinion. So really listen to them. By listening to them, that's going to make them feel very important, and that's what you wanted to do. You want them to feel important and important to you. So that's very, very good. Tip number 3 is captivate your audience right away. Okay? So you want your post to be read from the start to the very end. You want your videos to be watched from the start until the very end. Make sure you tell a story. Tell a story at the beginning that is real. It comes from you. You can use an example of a leader in your company or someone in your company that's doing really well. You can talk about that, but make sure you're talking about that as someone that's having those results, and you're not trying to pass them on as your own, because again, people will see right through that. And the only thing I have to stress, because this industry has a bad rap, is you have to be honest. Because without honesty, integrity, loyalty, I wouldn't work with this company. I would not, because that's my values. Those are my values. That's what's important to me. That's what I pass on to my children. And that was what was passed on to me as a child. So you have to go with that. Your goal is to stand out online. You want to really stand out when they do search engines. And you're not going to do that if you're copying someone else. So it has to be original, your original ideas. It's not to say you can't post something for someone else if you find an interesting article. So, talk about the interesting article, take a point or two about it, post it, post the article in the entirety, gives the credit to the person posting, the group posting, the company posting. That's fine, but make sure there's some real, something of you going in there as well. Give your opinion on it. People love to hear their opinions. Number 4 is grow your presence. So what do I mean by grow your presence? Post your blogs regularly. If you say you're going to post them on Mondays, do it on Mondays. If you're going to post it every day, do it every day. If you're going to post them twice a week, do it twice a week then. People are going to realize that as they follow you, and they're going to expect that. And if you don't deliver, then they're going to not follow you. They'll just stop. So that's very, very important. That's key too. If you have your presence known and out there, you have to deliver. Make sure you're delivering content. I'm posting on my blog usually twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. Very rarely do I do once a day anymore. I do once in the morning, once at night. And I'll do one totally content and one a little bit more pitchy, a call to action at the end, which is a little bit stronger, where the morning one is just a quick, click on the button if you want to see what I'm doing. And that's key too. That's something I've learned from my leaders, because you can follow the leaders in your company. You can follow the greats that you see on the internet, on YouTube, but you don't copy them. So that's, make sure you're sending out to your social media by your blog. So I do that every morning. I'll do a blog and I'll send to my social media, and it just takes, give it an hour. Take an hour to either shoot a video or do a blog. You shoot a video, put it on your blog, post to your social media, turn the computer off and walk away. And if you're doing your blog, another leader in my company suggested you do your blog 20 minutes. You put a timer on it if you have to. Give 20 minutes of your blog. And when your 20 minutes is up, turn it off. and post it. And, you might say, oh, it's not very good. It's not very good. But you know what? Most of the time, your blog will be done within 20 minutes. And then you'll spend another 2 hours fixing, the font, and that's not important. You want to keep your blog simple. Keep your blog, the style of your blog, the images of your blog, very simple, easy to follow, easy to look at. Because what's important in your blog? It's your content. So the visuals don't matter as much. Email your list regularly when you do your blog. If you don't have a list yet, you'll start developing one. So you'll start getting one email list as you go on. So don't worry about that for right now. And I'll do future videos on how to get leads, how to build your list. Okay. Make sure you're answering all your messages on your blogs, on your posts, on your social media, because that engaging with customers, clients, prospects, your audience, your target audience is so vital, because that's what's going to really get them engaged with you and give them a reason to follow you. Okay, number 5 is the most important one in some aspects, because this is the one that makes you money, okay, is your call to action. Okay, so make sure you have your call to action. I do my blog. I put my blog, a call to action at the bottom of my blog. And as I said at night, my night posts, I'll do a stronger call to action. And, so that's important. And you can always transition your blog. If you're doing, say you're doing weight loss or fitness or, whatever, viral videos, to transition into that, you can get your call to action in there by saying, oh, do you know how I can blog about my passion for X by doing this? And that's key, because you don't want to give, you've got content that's doing one thing, and the call to action is doing a totally other something else. So you want to make sure you tie the two together. And again, we'll go do future videos on a strong call to action. Okay, so I hope you found this helpful. These 5 tips. If you have any questions, please post them. If you're watching on YouTube, post it on the comments below. If it's on my blog, comment on the blog. I do social media, so wherever you comment, I'm going to get it. So please do. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And follow me, because this is what I love to do. And I really lost my way. When I was 21, I was working for a very large company, and I was in management. And for a 21-year-old manager, it's maybe a crummy store to begin with. And I was blowing the budgets away consistently. And I took it upon myself to do a training video for my staff. And I training, and then I went to a training that I did for the company. And, I love doing that. I love teaching people. I love making people so successful. When I was a manager, my sales were usually at the top of the pack, but boy, did I celebrate when someone beat me, and by doing that, it just benefited the store, basically. And that's part of why I left, because I was making the company richer, and I was making a decent wage, but nothing, nothing to write home about. So please click on the button below, click on the link below. It's the very first one. It's the blogging system. Start blogging tonight. You can do it. And shut my door. I don't know why it popped open here again. I had a surprise I was going to give you tonight. I have a very special guest with me tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. He's a leader in the company. He's an absolute rock star. Please see the income disclosure at the bottom, because I'll tell you one thing. Alex is not anywhere near typical. He's beyond typical. He's just amazing. And he's willing, even though he's not my direct sponsor, he's my sponsor's sponsor. He's willing to come on here and give me tips, give us tips on how he's mastered YouTube. He's managed to rank. I think the last time I counted, it was 10 videos ranked on the first page of YouTube, which is hard to do. He does training on his own. He charges between $15,000 to $25,000 for this training. So, and he's going to give us the tips, the top tips here to get us going on how to master the YouTube. I've done YouTube, but I really haven't gotten all the ins and outs of YouTube. So I'm really looking forward to this. Jana, sorry, from Germany. I cannot get that accent. And Suzanne, they joined me. They were with me last week with the Hangout, and they're going to be with us tomorrow. Great. Alex made a comment at the team consistency meeting on Saturday or last Wednesday, seeing all the women and all the new faces in the group. And, he's going to have 3 against 1. I don't think he's going to stand a chance. So please join me. Click the link below. Join me. Start blogging tonight, because it's a lot of fun. $25 a month. Come on, you can skip the pizza one night. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time with Alex Zubarev. And have a great night. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.